This is the Easy Motion Programmer interface. The white area is the workspace in which an automated motion sequence is built. A user may move the workspace by clicking and dragging either the white workspace itself or the master program block. Moving the scroll bars at the bottom and right sides of the workspace will perform the same movement. The workspace may also be zoomed in or out, either with a mouse scroll wheel or by using the buttons in the lower right-hand corner of the workspace. There is also a button in this same corner that will recenter your master program block. The programmer interface is built on a no-code drag-and-drop visual programming language developed by Google called Blockly. Therefore, functional elements of the program are referred to as blocks. The master program block holds function programming blocks, and it is here that these function blocks are placed to define an automated motion sequence. The master block includes two sections, initialize and program. The initialize section is where a user defines the beginning state of the physical hardware. For example, if controlling 3 pneumatic cylinders, a user might place a pneumatic function block here that retracts the piston rods for cylinders 1, 2, and 3. When the program is run, the first cycle will always begin with the initialize sequence. If a user defines multiple cycles to run using the HMI settings, the initialize sequence will only run prior to the first cycle. It will not run on subsequent cycles. The initialize section may include blocks for pneumatics, for motors, or for pneumatics and motors. The program section is where a user's program is built. In other words, it's here that the functional elements of an automated motion sequence are defined. For example, extending a pneumatic actuator, weighting, and then moving a motor. Like the initialize section, the program section may include blocks for pneumatics, for motors, or for pneumatics and motors. An automated motion sequence is defined based on the hierarchy of function blocks. The blocks at the top of the sequence will be executed first, followed by the next block down, and the next block down, and so forth. A user may add as many blocks as desired, and the software will parse the individual steps in this sequence to the controller based on the order in which the blocks were placed. The left column is where a user selects function blocks with which to build a program. The drop-down in the master program block under Select Controller determines which blocks are visible. By default, the Setup, Programmer, and Pneumatic blocks are visible, and the motor blocks are hidden. When the drop-down is changed to either Easy Motor or Easy Motor plus Pneumatics, the motor blocks will become visible. Function blocks can be dragged from the left column into the workspace and dropped into the master block. Once the function block has been positioned correctly relative to the master block, it will snap into place and the user will hear an audible click. It is now active in the master block and ready to be executed as part of the automated motion sequence. For convenience, function blocks can be duplicated using the typical Ctrl-C and Ctrl-V keyboard shortcuts. Simply click the function block to highlight it. Press Ctrl-C, then press Ctrl-V. Any settings that have been configured in the block will be maintained when it's duplicated. Only a single function block may be copied and pasted at a time. Function blocks may be dragged out of the master block at any time. If a function block is left in the white space in the workspace, it will not be active in the saved program sequence, but will remain available to the user for later use. Simply drag the function block back into the master block to reactivate it in the program sequence. Should you wish to delete the function block, either drag it into the left column and release it, or into the garbage can icon at the bottom right corner of the screen and release it. When a function block is dragged out of the master block or to a new position within the master block, all function blocks underneath it will move with that block. The same functionality holds true when dragging a stack of blocks from the white space in the workspace into the master block. Once a program has been created, the user must save the program. To do so, type in a name of your choosing in the Enter Workspace Name field, then click the Save icon. Users may also open the existing programs using the Open File button. When a file is saved, a notification may appear indicating multiple files are being downloaded. Click Allow. The programmer generates 2 files every time a program is saved: a text file that is opened and executed by the HMI to run the program, and an XML file that defines the Blockly program. This concludes the overview of the Easy Motion Programmer interface.